Good morning. Today we will see the concepts of natural language processing. So these are the contents what I am going to cover in this lecture. The first one is introduction to natural language processing and the concept of ambiguity, where it is occurring and how we are going to deal it, and what is the need of natural language processing and how this natural language is different from the computer languages whatever we are working right now, and what is the need of natural language processing we will see, and what are the linguistic levels of analysis we can do in natural language processing, and what are the nuts and bolts like basic terms and terminology in NLP, and what are the different tasks that are taken place in our natural language processing we will see one by one. The basic question here it is, why do we need a language? For communication we need a language, for expressing our thoughts or whatever it may be we need a language. Computers would be a lot more useful if they could handle our email, do our library research, whatever the talk we are doing. If it is able to handle it, it will be very easy for us. But why computers are not able to do all these kinds of stuff whatever we are communicating in our normal languages? Why? Because those computers are faced by the natural human languages. Every human language is having some ambiguity. So how can we tell computers about a particular language? The answer is natural language processing. So you have to process the natural language in a proper way, then computers could understand whatever you are telling, it will deal whatever you say. So what is ambiguity? For explaining that ambiguity, I have taken a simple sentence. Example sentence is, John said, I saw the man on the hill with a telescope. So if you see this simple sentence, it is having so many interpretations. So these are the list of reasonable interpretations. The first one, I saw the man was on the hill, he had the telescope. Here the saw is the past tense to see. Another ambiguity is that saw may be an instrument, or if it is a verb, it is past tense to see. So you can see the ambiguity here, like if saw is a verb and saw is a noun. But here we are considering that saw as a verb, that is past tense to see. I saw the man was on the hill and he had the telescope. The second interpretation is, I saw the man was on the hill, the man had a telescope. Another interpretation, I saw the man, I was on the hill, he had the telescope. I saw the man, I was on the hill, I saw him using a telescope. You see, for a simple sentence you are having different interpretations. Then you think how computers feel difficulty for processing the human statements whatever we are trying to tell. That's why we have to process the natural language in a proper manner. So if you see, wherever you go, there you are having huge volumes of data. So you have to process the data in a proper way, then you will have so many benefits. So these are the applications for processing large amounts of text require natural language expertise. The first one is classified text into categories. Let us say I have given you some huge volumes of news articles. So news reporters have to segregate them into different categories like editorial page and sports page and movie column and all. And the next one is index and searching. So most of the search engines, they are doing vast research on this particular area for giving a proper thing whatever you are searching for. And another one is speech understanding. This will happening in interactive voice response. And another one is information extraction. Let us say I have given you some bunch of resumes and I would like to extract the people who are suitable for that a particular job. Then you can do some process of information extraction and you can get the people who are suitable for that particular job. And another important application of NLP is automatic summarization. So this is something like what you have experienced in your childhood, like pre-essay writing, not essay writing, this is pre-essay writing. What you have to do is they will give you a huge volumes of text. What you have to do is you have to condense that given text into smaller form, but that smaller form should contain all the important aspects of that essay. In the same way, you can do this automatic text summarization for your uh, thesis or a research paper. And another important application of NLP is question answering system. Like you can give a particular paragraph to the system should understand that entire thing, then whatever the question you are posing to the system will give you an answer to that. So likewise you are having so many applications of natural language processing. So what is natural in natural language processing? It refers to the language spoken by the people like English, Telugu, Tamil, as opposite to artificial languages like C++, Java, and etc. So natural language processing applications that deal with the natural language in a way or another. So this is one of the crossroads of computational linguistics, doing linguistics on the computer, more on linguistic side rather than natural language processing, but it is closely related to the natural language processing. So these are the basic differences in between the natural language and the computer language. The basic difference is the ambiguity. Ambiguity is the primary difference in between the natural language and the computer language. Whatever the statement you have given in the natural language, people may interpret in a different way. But whatever the statement you have written in a computer language, with the proper syntax, it will have a proper meaning, a unique meaning. So from programming languages, formal languages are designed to be unambiguous. They can be defined a grammar that produces a unique parser for each sentence in the language. That's why while we are doing with some of the theoretical computer science concepts, so we will tell whether that particular grammar is ambiguous or unambiguous. If you are telling that grammar was ambiguous, then there is a chance of getting more than one parse tree for that. Programming languages are also designed for efficient deterministic parsing, that is, they are deterministic in the context of languages. A sentence in DCFL can be parsed with an order of n time, where n is the length of the string. So if you see the quoted text in my slide, are you able to get anything by seeing this? No. Why? Because it was written in an improper way. We don't know what language it was. In the same way, whatever the thing we are sending in our human language to the computer will feel as like what you have seen in our previous slide. Computer see the text in English the same you have seen in the previous text. People have no trouble in understanding the language. Why? Because people are having common sense, reasoning capacity, and experience. But computers are not able to do all these things. Why? Because it is not having common sense and the reasoning capacity. That's why you have to process the language in a proper way for better understanding to the computers. So some of the people, they will tell natural language processing is come under a linguistic thing, but some of the people, they will tell it is come under computer science. You see where it fit exactly in the computer science taxonomy. It will fit in the taxonomy under the artificial intelligence. Below that you will have some trends and technologies like information retrieval, machine translation, as well as the language analysis. So linguistic levels of analysis, either you can do it at the speech level, otherwise you can do it at the written language level. So at the written language level, you will have phonology, morphology, syntax, and semantics. Phonology will deal about the sounds and the letters and their pronunciation. Morphology will deal about the structure of the words. Syntax is how the sequence of words are structured, and the semantic will tell you about the meaning of the strings once you have combined. So these are the nuts and bolts in the natural language processing. The first one is the token. Before any real processing can be done on the input text, it needs to be segmented into linguistic units such as words, like punctuation symbols, numbers, or alphanumerics. These units, we are calling them as tokens. Sentence is nothing but an ordered sequence of tokens. Tokenization is the process of splitting a given sentence into the parts of tokens. Let us say in example like English, we are using white spaces as the markers for tokenization. Some of the other languages are there, they don't have even such markation. So computers will feel very difficulty to do some such kind of analysis like Chinese and Arabic. They don't have explicit what is this boundary markers for identifying the tokens. The next one is corpus. It is a body of text usually containing a large number of sentences, and the plural of that corpus we are calling it as a corpora. If the collection of the text is appearing in two languages, we are calling it as a bilingual corpora. Communicative linguistic activity in which at least two speakers or agents participating, we are calling it as a dialogue. Let us say you can see the people how they are discussing in the parliament and all, we can say that is one of the example like a dialogue system. And another one is n-gram. N-gram is nothing but sequence of n tokens. If n is 1, it is a unigram. If n is 2, it is bigram, 3 trigram, and so on. Semantics is the study of meaning about the linguistics. So POS tag is, you have already aware of this from your schooling. A word can be classified into one or more set of lexical part of categories, either maybe nouns, verbs, adjectives, articles, etc. and etc. POS tagging is the process of attaching a proper morphological category to that morphological variant. Let us say we have taken an example like the ball is red, the ball is red, the is an article, ball is a noun, is a verb, and red is an adjective. A parse tree, a tree defined over a given sentence that represents the syntactic structure of the sentence as defined by the formal grammar. Computational morphology is the a topic in the natural language processing. It of words that are built upon basic building blocks known as a morphemes. That is the smallest linguistic unit. Parsing is the process of deriving a parse tree from the given sentence.